What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Varnum's Auto. We got a few little things that I want to try to accomplish here today. We're going to do some adjustments on the Elderbrock AVS2. What I'm getting at with it, we're going to do a adjustment rod on the accelerator pump, and if I can find my vacuum pump, yes, y'all see that? Yeah, it's a vacuum hose to my HEI distributor for the mechanical advance. We're gonna pull the hose back off the carb, and if I can find the vacuum pump, we're gonna test to see if the diaphragm is still good. Regardless, I got a new one coming to me Wednesday, and we're gonna do an oil change, which I'm pretty sure y'all know how to do an oil change. But I got a bottle here. This is what I'm going to be putting back in my truck. Rotella T14. That's because this is basically about the only oil that I can get right now up front that's got zinc in it. And we're going to be adding this in here along with the engine oil. Zinc Hyperlube ZDDP supplement, because we want to try to keep our new cam protected properly with the zinc and the additives in it. And the S5 filter, got them three products there from AutoZone. And there's something else, I can't quite remember what all I'm wanting to do, but we're going to be bouncing around. Thank y'all for watching, subscribing. Hit the like button, hit the notification bell, so y'all can be notified when a new video comes out. Y'all be alerted. And if you ain't got nothing to do when it alerts you, you can select it and start watching. But other than that, let's get to it. Alright, this is what we got. Found the vacuum pump. It pumps, but the gauge is not working, so therefore I don't think that it's vacuum pumping like it ought to be, but it is pulling some. So I got everything connected to the mechanical advance on the HEI distributor. We're going to get the old school Sears and Roebuck timing gun. No, it does not have the advanced bullcrap attached to it like you see with everybody else with their videos. I don't have that type of money, so therefore we're just going to use this gun. that I did some work for, cheap labor. We're going to go ahead and hook her up. Okay, everything seems to be out of the way. And I'm going to get my little plug cap. We're going to plug off where you hook up your mechanical timing hose out. We're going to block this off. Got that one blocked off because we don't have the Turbo 350 in the truck. Not yet. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We got her idling. That's how you know, you hear how it idled up. When the engine idled up, then you know the mechanical advance was being advanced by me pumping it with the vacuum pump. But it idled back down, so either here I got a leak in the pump, or I got a leak in the distributor part. Can't see it because I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to explain. It's roughly around 6 degrees in timing. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to pump it, and I'm going to see what the mechanical advance is giving me when it idles the speed up. Giving me at least around 12 degrees in the timing when I'm using the vacuum pump on the mechanical advance. But I'm pretty sure that the gun, my vacuum pump is bad. But that diaphragm on the HEI distributor is pretty old. after my Uncle Kenny had passed away. So I'm pretty sure that it's messed up. But anyways, that was one of the projects that I was wanting to do. But anyways, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna shut the engine off. We're going to go ahead and shut the engine off. We're going to unhook the timing light. And then now we're going to talk about the linkage on the accelerator pump on the AVS2 Edelbrock 4-barrel. Now I'm going to go ahead and start unhooking this. That's an old vacuum pump that I had there. Anyways, we're going to take our air filter off. Okay, and then all right. Now I'm gonna try to zoom in so y'all can see. Try to back y'all off just a touch. But y'all are right there where I need to show y'all. I'm gonna try to point at it and look through the camera. Yep, right there. This dude right there. Where the top of my fingernail is. Right there. Alright. So you got 3 holes in that accelerator pump arm right there. Those of you that spends the 300 and some change to get an AVS 2 Edelbrock, it comes in the second hole, either from the top or from the bottom. No matter what, it's the second hole. Alright? You will have the utmost poor performance in your carburetor when you take it out of the box and you install it, hook everything up, and start driving it. You will have trashy performance. I promise you. Don't listen to nobody that's on YouTube that's got older videos, 5, 6, 7 years, whenever they come out with these AVS2 Edelbrock 4 barrels. Don't listen to everybody that says, oh, you can take it right out of the box, put your gasket, your base gasket, hook everything up, plug and play and go. No. X that out. That's a no-no. I promise you. Do it before and after and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Unless, it's going to be somewhat kind of funny when I say this, unless you got a hog leg cam, you can leave it in the second hole. But if you got a custom grind big boy, you could probably put it in the top one. But do it before and after. I was going to do that in this video, but I decided not to do that because I think it's bullcrap to waste my time and y'all's time to actually show you. The only reason why I'm coming at with you guys on this video with this AVS2 Edelbrock 4 barrel, they are good. I'm talking about some good carburetors. Now, how people has gotten on YouTube talking about you just hook up, play, fire right off, best performance, because they probably got a pretty decent big cam in their fucking, in their engine. Alright? And just remind you guys, this is Trouble, the 1988 GMC Sierra. It's the 350. It's got an RV cam, and it's still got the smog heads on it. Alright? Well, says point on that. It's got an RV cam. It's not a big cam. It's a decent size cam. Alright? If I understand correctly from what Summit told me, that it's the cam that's pretty much the biggest before I would have to put a different a style converter, okay? You hook it up, you hook this carburetor up, and you drive with it being in that second hole, because that's how it comes out of the box, in that second center hole. This arm right here is in that second hole. That is giving you a richer squirt into your jet, whatever. When it squirts daggone gas in your carburetor. Let's put it that way. You can adjust all of this, the air fuel mixture. If you ain't got a big cam, you got a mild cam like I got, you go ahead and I promise you do it before. Leave it in that second hole. Of course, we all know when you adjust the air fuel and you adjust your timing, you got to let the engine warm up. Alright? Now remind you guys also, that means that by us having this application set up right here, we deleted out the stinking computer. So nothing, even with the fuel pump, nothing on here is electrical that tells this truck how to run. I make this truck run the way I want it to run. I'm the brain of this truck, this engine, okay? I don't need a man making a computer to tell my motor how it needs to run. Besides the point. This, when you get it authorized temperature and you start adjusting your air fuel and start adjusting your timing and you think you got it tweaked just right, okay? You drive it down the road, you say, oh yeah, this thing, it's about to pop wheelies and squalling tires. You shut it off and you go back to it in about 6 hours and start it back up. Then you tell me how that daggone engine's running again. I bet you it will not run the same way when it was authorized temperature when you after you did all the adjustment and tweaking and tuning. I promise you, it's like it resets itself because it was warm when you did all of that. So when it's cold trying to catch up, your engine, I promise you, your engine will run schnitty. It'll run like crap until it gets authorized temperature. And it still won't give you the performance that you're looking for. Then you drop this here linkage down to the very bottom hole. And yes, you're going to have to readjust your air fuel mixture. And you're going to have to readjust your timing. I promise you, you will. Why I'm saying this? Because I experienced it. Out of the blue last week, it was a rainy day. I was bored. It rained Saturday and Sunday. And I said, shoot, I'm going to just look in under the truck, under the hood, see what's going on. Because I don't think that my engine is performing like it should. I went to a car wash on Long Beach Road that covering me up so my carburetor wouldn't get no water in it, yada yada. I just took a chance and just dropped that linkage arm right there down on that accelerator pump. And I'm going to tell you, I promise y'all, yes, I've readjusted my air fuel, readjusted my timing, but I promise y'all, it made a world of difference. It made a world of difference, I promise you. Do the before and after. Then y'all hit me up on the comments and y'all let me know. Don't always listen to people that's on YouTube that's got all this good game talk that sounds like they smart and all that good stuff. Half of that stuff that they do, they don't even know. I promise you. First hole at the very bottom will give you a world of difference in your performance in your carburetor. What it's doing, it is leaning out the squirtage, how much gas is being squirt into your carburetor. It leans it out. All right. That second hole, it richens it. The very top hole, it riches it even more. I probably, with the RV cam, mount cam I got in this truck, with it being at the very bottom, I could probably put a different meteor rod in here and it will be just right. Yeah, I might end up having to do the air fuel and retiming it and again and all that. But that's another time of a project right there. And I'll also let y'all know this too. Because you ain't got we'll say the factory cam or a big boy hog leg cam in there. Here's you a set screw. Let's see if I can find it with my finger. There's your set screw. That's a T15 and a flathead screw. You see this here? That's a spring load. Almost like how quater jets are set up. Almost. Matter of fact, Let me get the quarter jet out. Let me get the quarter jet out. Oh boy, look at that. Look at that. Got it zoomed in a little too far. Just by a glance at this, y'all. Hit on the comments and let me know if y'all know what type of shell of a transmission that is. Come on, you heavy beast. You dinosaur. I still think quarter jets are the best carburetors they got. You just got to know what you're doing with them. Alright. I'm going to show y'all if I can get the... Let me try to sit y'all down here just a second. Get y'all adjusted so y'all don't fall off. I got the wind blowing and everything. This here arm I'm goofing off with right here on this quarter jet is the arm for the accelerator pump. If I can ever get the daggone thing, there we go, cuz. Good boy. Alright. See that? One hole, two hole. Uh-oh. Y'all wasn't seeing it. One hole, two hole, three hole. Just like that accelerator pump on the AVS. Two. It was sat on the second hole because when my Uncle Kenny had this, he had this thing set up for a big boy cam. Okay. Now this linkage right here is the only thing different. Right, y'all. Nope. I know where I got that. But there's supposed to be a linkage arm. See how that moves right here? There's supposed to be a linkage arm that's attached right here. When vacuum is being pulled, that boy right there sucks in and it opens on the secondaries up. Alright? Now y'all tell me that if Edelbrock didn't steal a design from the old quarter jets and made it to a daggone Edelbrock ABS2. You can adjust them, by the way, on the quarter jets. You can bend your little rods right there. And the more you adjust it, the easier your flaps will open up, or the harder your flaps will open up. And Edelbrock had made it to be like this. The bigger your cam is, what I'm getting at with the Edelbrock AVS2, you guys, the bigger your cam is, the different your vacuum is. I've been told that's what the AVS2 means on the Edelbrock, is the vacuum comes through your car in your secondary is what opens that flap up. Okay? So, got that out of the way. But don't let nobody, and I promise y'all, Don't let nobody lie to you about what I just explained to y'all right there. I promise you, I would not be saying it if it was not true. I literally woke up last week on Sunday and decided to do that. And boom, it literally made a world a difference. I told a couple of my friends and told them, I said it's gonna sound funny me saying this, but it felt like it had gave it 50 freaking horsepower off gate. Bam. And that was the only thing I did besides the air fuel mixture and readjusting the timing to make up for what I just did with the linkage on the accelerator pump. Makes common sense, people. None of this stuff is not hard. It's just basic common sense. Alright? Alright, that's enough blabbering. What we're going to do next is we're going to take the accessories off of the carb, set the carb to the side, and take that spacer off. And we're going to reinstall the other spacer for the carb back on here. This is the one that we're going to reinstall. I tried to make a video on that, and I had some people coming over and was unable to complete the video like I was wanting to. So my video got ruined. Take the crankcase hose off. Take our return spring for the throttle. Got that bad boy here laid to the side. Our exhaust or our headers are cooled back down. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to crack our gas line loose. We're going to stick something in that hole so our gas don't continue to seep out. Freaking doggone monkey. I just dropped it on the top control arm, the upper control arm, so now I got to wipe it off because it's dirty. Do this one more time. There we go. Now we can take the clamp back up. Now our gas stops flowing. Now we're going to take off our brake booster line off the brake booster instead of taking it up off of the back of the carb. Now we're going to take our little clip off of our throttle linkage here. Reinstall the clip so we don't lose it. And just pull the 700R4 cable off. Now we are able to start taking these 1/2-inch bolts loose. Alright. Once you get your 4 bolts off of the corner of the carburetor, retrieve them and hang them. Most and foremost, do not forget, you guys, y'all got 4 washers, okay? Do not want to try to snatch your carb up without receiving these 4 washers. I know it sounds corny, but trust me, I know somebody here a while back that had done that and literally dropped 2 of his washers down into his intake and was unable to receive them back because they went into the heads. So you most definitely want to get these washers taken off, because once you get the carb pulled up and them washers are not sitting on them studs any longer, that's down into your intake, pretty much it caused yourself a heart attack nearly. Sorry about not making a video last week. Like I've told y'all, if y'all remember, I got some some issues that I got to deal with at home with my girlfriend. She is still bad off. So I've been trying to show her some company, some comfort, some love, and all that good stuff with her, but she is slowly getting better. It's just that she ain't getting better quick enough. All right, now, before we actually lift up on this carb, we're going to double check to make sure that we got everything off. We're going to go back through it again. We got our gas cable off. We got our detent TB 700R4 cable off. We got the brake booster hose still attached to the back of the car. We just detached it from the brake booster itself. We got the crankcase tubing taken off. We got all 4 bolts and washers taken off. And we got our gas line taken off and gas line stopped up so we don't leak gas. So now we just raise the carburetor straight up. Now see, that's why I wanted that off. For number one, that particular center spacer that was taking up some space down into my intake. So now I'm going to have to, because this spacer will not come completely up whatsoever, so I'm going to have to jam nut these studs to be able to free this spacer. And now I got that from AutoZone. It's not AutoZone's fault. It's the factory that made these. They're pieces of crap. The one that I showed y'all before I took the carb off was the one that actually was on here before. So it worked better than this one. So we're going to take that off and put the old one back on. So let me just get me a 1/2 inch, well actually 2 1/2 inch wrenches, and I'll be right back. Alright, now we're back. Got a 13 and got us a 1/2. I'm going to put the 13 on the bottom. I'll put the 1/2 on top. Tighten it. And we're going to take the 13 from the bottom. And we're just going to break loose of the studs here. And before I get any further with taking that stud off, I am gonna stuff my rag to be on the safe side so nothing happens. So that way, y'all don't hear me curse and raise Cain. So now, we're pretty much gonna reverse this if I do it. Take the top ones loose. And move on to our second one. And that's what you would call jam nutting. To be able to remove studs like that. It's one of the easiest way to get studs out. Especially if your bolt head had broke off or whatever, you can do stuff like that. But now with the other two, I'm not going to bore y'all. I allow y'all to watch this. When I get it done, I'll bring y'all back. Okay, now we're back. We're going to remove that spacer. I just figured out something, you guys. I might feel like a dummy, but this dude here is allowing me to use that centerpiece. So we're going to install that instead of the open bore. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to try it. If it works, it works. If it don't, hey, what did we lose? A little bit of time. Us men didn't get nowhere by doing things the manufacturer way. So yes, we're going to do the jam nuts again. I don't normally do this route. Doing a trial and error situation, what I'm doing right now, because I don't want to look stupid. Not saying that I am. But trust me, I've learned a lot of this stuff by doing this by myself. Trial and error. My daddy's told me that. You got to try things like that. And my Uncle Kenny has told me that you won't never learn nothing if you don't do it on your own stuff. Same way my daddy and my granddaddy have said. That's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Hopefully this works, so I don't have to take it back off. I've said it in one of my videos since I've been doing YouTube channel. If any of y'all guys like to watch somebody working on dump trucks and semi trucks and skid steers, backhoes, stuff like that, put it in the comment box and let me know. And when I go to work on them, I'll do a little bit of videos on them and see what I get off of it, see what type of views I get off of it. I tried to make a couple of videos of me working on a 1999 Mack dump truck, and I had to do a water manifold gasket. I had to take the whole water manifold apart off of the engine and clean the surfaces up on the engine block and the water manifold itself. Get the old gasket off and everything, and reinstall the new, and did a little bit of an upgrade on a couple of things on that truck. But I am going to be doing a shift knob on that 99 Mack dump truck. Is where you got two switches, air switches, that puts your dump truck into high and low range gear, because you can start off in low range and flip the switch, the air switch, and you go in the high range on the dump truck. So yeah, if y'all like watching stuff like that, y'all let me know, and I'll make a little bit of videos here and there on it. But this is particular what I do. I work on vehicles majority. That's what basically what my channel is really off of. Working on aftermarket stuff like this, yada yada. But we're gonna put this here gasket on there, and it literally allows the blades on that carb to sit up just enough for the primaries cleared, but the secondaries didn't. So we're gonna try that. That's what I'm getting at with it. Did that backwards. I feel like a dodo now. Come on up. That was supposed to go on last. Then the carburetor. Doggone y'all. Here we go. That way we know the base of the carb is getting a good seal, so we don't have no vacuum leak. Catch my drift? And not only that, if it does work, it also rises up the carburetor a little bit. A good 1/4 of an inch. Ain't much, but you never know. Could make a big difference in it. But I do know the higher your carb spacer is, the better air fuel flow is for your fuel to turn to a mist, and your air is cooler so you gain quite a bit. Yes, they do got 2-inch spacers out there, but we don't want a 2-inch spacer sitting on this truck, because we don't have the big enough cam to be doing that, and we're not on a NASCAR track at that too, or a drag strip. All this is just old street hot rod, whatever you want to call it. I know some people get particular about that crap. I don't. Okay. Now we hook up the rest of the accessories. Put a crankcase on. Take her clip off. Put her accelerator cord cable back on and her clip back on. Hook your TV detent cable back on. Replug your brake booster check valve. Well, I'll be tickled. This right here works perfect. They wide open. And last and not least, loosen her clamp. Get her stopper plug back off of here. Off the gas line. Slap that back on there. Tighten the clamp back up. Got that on nice and snug. Looking, make sure we got all that stuff taken care of. Alright, got our 4 bolts back on there, right? Gas line. Got to tighten the check valve line up. That's nice and tight. I'm going to get a ratchet to double check, make sure that we got a nicely and secured tightness on each corner of this car.